what exactly is server-side WebAssembly and what unique problems is trying to solve in the cloud-native world?
From the perspective of the cloud native world, we really see WebAssembly starting to show up and transform all of server-side computing. And we see it showing up in a couple different places. We see things like Wasm Cloud showing up at the application layer. So these are organizations that are committed to cloud native. There's actually a large financial service will be sharing some of their future architecture at the upcoming Wasm Day for KubeCon North America. That's a good example. We also see WebAssembly being baked into existing applications. WebAssembly is a secure sandbox, and that it's polyglot, meaning that you can use multiple languages, makes it ideal if you have an application where you need to host other people's code. So think of things like Envoy or networking layers where you would want the ability to empower users to put in user-provided transformations or user-provided plugins. And those just plug very naturally into WebAssembly. And then we also see a future state where WebAssembly may, next to containers, be a direct orchestration target. And Microsoft has actually been leading the exploration in that area. They released a great project that's called Crustlet. And Crustlet was also just put into the CNCF. And that gives Kubernetes the ability to directly orchestrate and operate and scale WebAssembly natively. So why would organizations want to do that? We could already put software into a container, but developers today really are facing three great challenges. The first great challenge that developers are facing are that they have different CPUs that they need to compile software for. Even in the cloud itself, Amazon's now offering these Graviton processors that are less expensive than the traditional x86. They're doing their own ARM processors. Developers are also finding that when they need to compile and run their code, they need to run it on edge devices that may have different CPUs. They need to do all this securely. And frankly, they need to do it with less boilerplate. And those are the big three reasons that are driving developers to start to look for what is the next epic of computing. If we think of the last epics as being the data center where a developer is responsible for the whole stack down to a specific type of CPU and RAID controller, and then virtual machines that let us abstract away from a specific computer and give us a measure of scalability. Containers are awesome, and they also embed certain assumptions. The software you compile to put in a container is targeted at a specific CPU, for example. Technologies like Wasm Cloud really give the developers more range of freedom while letting them just focus on the pure business logic that they care about.